Stand by for action.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Anything can happen in the next half hour.
Well, that's a great way to warm us up on a cold Friday night. A very good evening to you. Welcome along to the fastest aviation show on YouTube with, of course, Stu Bear on Air Show World. For the next 60 minutes, buckle up. What a great sight that was. Been right next to a
Coming up
Osprey.
for you right now on Stu Bear's Air Show World. It's time to go way back in time with classic air shows.
Wow, jumping straight into the classic air shows and one of my favourite clips. Absolutely love this from Cosford. Very quickly saying a very big thank you to Gary Inge for that incredible donation into the chat room. Thank you. gotta tell you, Rob, this is one of my favourite, absolute favourite shots. And Rob will tell you, I've been literally capturing hundreds of these tapes, and look at this.
We are the 82nd Airborne 505th RCT, and you're watching Airshow World with Stu Bear.
And they were at the Victory Show. Did that a couple of years ago. Well, it's great, as always, to see so many wonderful people in the chat room. Keep the messages coming in. Marcus Canfield, Tina York, Gary Inch, thank you for the brilliant chat. That is absolutely marvellous. I really appreciate that, Gary. It's so kind of you. Thank you for that donation. Christina, lovely to see you. And talking of favourites, this was from one of my favourite air shows. It was absolutely brilliant, and we've got quite a few clips of this coming up tonight. It was from Sywell from 2024, and we're going to look at the Flying Bulls. And a good evening to Webbo. Great to see you, my man. Also, Becky Davis.
Arnold, who was the Commander-in-Chief of the United States Army Air Force. Ira Aker, to name but three. They were all kind of disciples of Billy Mitchell. Very versatile. I was talking earlier on about the need to destroy bridges and marshalling yards in advance of D-Day. An absolute non-negotiable prerequisite for that operation across the channel. The actual invasion itself had to clear that airspace, had to slow up.
Yeah, TFC don't mess around, do they?
The German ability to reinforce the bridgehead once it was formed in Normandy. And it was those medium bombers like the B-25, like the B-26, that were doing hard yards, flying in low at kind of, 1,000 feet, 2,000 feet, bombing from very, very low heights with incredible precision. And this plane, amazingly, was flying operationally until 1979, still being used in
Well, we'll be seeing more of those three, but right now, here's a solo display of this fabulous Flying Bulls B-25.
was really ruling the roost. Served all around the globe, all theatres, Italy, Africa, Far East,
And of course, a very good evening to UHN 100.
Just give me goosebumps watching it. It's just a...
Alan Burden is also with us this evening.
By Frederick Also flies the Flyable DC-6.
And of course, Robert Feely. How the devil are you,
Yeah, I mean,
matey?
look at it. You can see how kind of manoeuvrable it is. I mean, it's really much more. You know, I see that and I just think of these planes flying in formation over France, I don't know, early May 1944, ahead of the invasion, to attack some bridge over the River Loire or something, you know, coming in low. And the amazing thing is that these bombers, these twin-engine bombers like the Mitchell, destroyed every single bridge over the River Seine. Skies to be clear of Luftwaffe fighter planes over much of northwest Europe by the middle of April. The biggest danger to these planes flying in the months just before, in the weeks just before D-Day, was really from flak anti-aircraft guns on the down below. And of course, if you're operating at such low heights, you've got very little room for manoeuvre if anything goes wrong. But their speed and their agility certainly counted. You know, obviously it's much harder for anti-aircraft guns to hit something that's moving fast. And they were incredibly successful. Another major operation was Operation Strangle, which in April 1944 in Italy, ahead of the last major attack yards. And yet again, the Mitchells and the other medium bombers were mainstays of this, operating very successfully in the Mediterranean.
I'm Tony De Bruin, pilot of the OV-10 Bronco with the Bronco demo team. We're very happy to display here at the Midlands Air Festival over the next coming 2 days. So we're looking forward to see you all, and keep watching Airshow World with Stu Bear.
Absolutely. Great words there, Tony De Bruin. And the good news is, Tony De Bruin will be at next year's Midlands Air Festival. But here he is right now at Duxford. By the way, that display we just saw from Sywell. Oh boy, oh boy. We've got more from Sywell coming up just a little bit later. Don't forget to keep those hearts rolling into the chat as we see this. With Tony De Bruin flying the Bronco. And right next to it, he's got company with this Skyvan. Ah, I can see the hearts. Keep them going. Good evening to Steve Wyatt as well. How the devil are you? Thank you for joining us tonight. And everybody else, keep the messages coming. And I'll do our best to say hi, like, send hello to Black Cat. Marcus Canfield, don't we just love Duxford on the Fridays? That's when this was filmed. And some fantastic sounds coming from that wonderful Bronco. Certainly rumbling the speakers. Hope you're enjoying that. Talking of great sounds, we've got some fantastic warbirds coming up for you tonight. Well, thank you for asking there, Black Cat. Yeah, we're doing absolutely great. The bear is in a very good mood tonight.
That's me. How you doing? This is your royal ruler, Tony Prince, and hi there. I'm at United DJs Radio, and you're watching the Airshow World with Stu Bear. Come fly with me sometime right here.
United DJs. And it's also a good evening to Ollie and saying hello to Alan Burden and Bradley and everybody else. Keep the messages coming in. Keep the hearts coming right now. Listen to the sound of the Lancaster. So, from some recent videos from Shuttleworth to some absolute gold dust. And I'm pretty sure this was from Robert Feely. Either that or Mick. But this is absolute classic Shuttleworth.
Powered by 140 horsepower Armstrong Citiogenic motor.
You're absolutely right there, Marcus. That Lancaster fly past was something else, wasn't it?
Again, another well-known name in British aviation.
If ever you see the Lancaster down to display at Shuttleworth, make sure you go when it does those fly pasts. Amazing.
A whole string of famous names, therefore. The L-25 is the version chosen for production, and it became known as the Swallow, first flight. Rolled figure 8 section, high tensile steel strip with dual ribs. In turn again, the wings fabric covered.
Oh, thanks for that there, Rob.
Gypsy 3 engine of 120 horsepower.
So that first aircraft was a Kermit.
Content showing off the scale of this aircraft.
And a very big thank you to Marcus Camfield. Look at that.
24 feet.
A donation into the chat room. You are the man. And I love the graphic as well. Thank you, Marcus.
the Arrow aircraft company. There was one active 2, and as you probably guessed it, there was one active 1 as well. As was said of many, an aircraft in that vintage flew so fast and stopped so suddenly that scarce a trace remains. The last 2. Thus, for example, it was felt that the limit on engine capacity of just 1100 cc, which equated to some 35 horsepower, was incompatible with that. Well, thus, the DH-51 was born as a response, as it were, to those rules. Here's the pilot of the Bristol fighter this evening.
And wouldn't that be absolutely fantastic there, Andy, if we ever get Just Jane flying?
They could not be easily manoeuvred, and so fell prey to those who decided. And then in turn, falling to the Albatross, Halberstadt in particular, over Arras in April of 1917.
And if you were with me just a couple of weeks ago, you may remember towards the end of the show, we actually showed you some aerial shots of where Just Jane lives over at East Kirkby, showing you the old runways and taxiways. I just couldn't believe what a fantastic, how great though he still looked.
With the upper wing, giving him the best field of view available. The observer behind and close to the pilot. So that again, communication on summer's day. So he's quite pleased that it's a nice temperate evening tonight. Pulling about 5G into that loop. Speed at the bottom back up to about 160 miles per hour.
Well, I'm guessing this would be probably the early 1990s, but Rob, he might remember. Come on, Rob, rack your brains. What year was this?
-5. Well, I can only say rather him than me. Very skillful flying. It shows up in the evening sunshine. And that gives Denny his final. This evening is Stuart Waring.
Well, don't worry about that, Brad. We didn't do a show last week. We had a complete power cut over here at East Midlands. And the electric, it was off for around about an hour and a half. It went off.
My name's Chris Cook. I'm with Navy Wings, and I had the privilege of flying the Seafire 17 today, which is hiding over there, and watching Airshow World with Stu Bear.
Hey, thank you there, Chris. And yeah, the power went off around about 6:30, came back on around about 8:30. So yeah, wasn't ideal, but never mind. Now I know my good friend Webber Webster. He likes a little bit of East Midlands Airport, and that's what we have. This was from one of my live shows that I did a few years ago. Don't worry, that was a motorbike going by. And of course, we just love the sight of a jumbo jet. This used to be a regular thing on a Sunday afternoon. We used to call it Jumbo Sunday. And I keep getting asked the question, hey, come on, Stu, when are you going to do a live from the airfields? Unfortunately, I can't stand up for long enough to be able to film these, which is an absolute tragedy. But you never know. One day. Never say never. And a good evening to Robbie Batista. How are you, mate? Good to see you. And also hi to Pieta. If that's how you pronounce your name, I'm never too sure.
And coming up for you right now on Stu Bear's Airshow World, it's time to go way back in time with classic air shows.
Goodness gracious me, yes, it's classic air shows. You're going to love this. It is Mildenhall Air Fate 2000. And Andy, my goodness gracious, what can I say? We love you to bits. Thank you for that donation. Oh. And that puts an even bigger smile on my face. More so than this afternoon. You know where I was this afternoon. Getting a little bit of good news. Wow. It was a big relief, I can tell you. This certainly was a very special air show back in 2000 at Mildenhall. On the Saturday when I filmed this tiny bit, it was in between some horrendous weather. But then all of a sudden, the sky would clear. But on the Sunday, it rained all day. But you'll see in a moment, we got some fantastic footage. And I'm sure you can see from that particular shot, in the distance, you can see those crazy thunderclouds. And boy, oh boy, did it come down at times. But at least it cleared to be able to see these fabulous US Air Force aircraft, including the B-1, B-2, B-52, and it's not very often we get to see a full display of the B-2.
affirmative. Jayhawk, expect your regular showtime. Turn left, back taxi position, hold, make 180 on the concrete portion.
Oh, everything about Mildenhall. I just love it. Even just going down at, well, probably not this time of year, but throughout the year when the campsite's open at Johns Field, I just love going down, watching the aircraft, chilling out, and listening, of course, to those radio comms. Oh, it's like being in America, little America, because just down the road, of course, we have Lake and Heath as well.
Pulling up into a 3-ship loop with that P-51 on his left wing and the Corsair on the right.
Well, as promised, here we have right now the 3 Flying Bulls led by that fantastic P-38 Lightning. This is a brilliant display. Enjoy this. Turn the sound up.
Sun popped out just the wrong time there, certainly for all you photographers trying to get that second formation loop. P-38 being flown by Raymond Reedman, who it sounds like he has the worst job in the world. He is the chief fixed-wing pilot for the Flying Bulls, so he gets to fly all of the fixed-wing aircraft in the Flying Bulls inventory. DC-6, the B-25, the Lightning, the Mustang and the Corsair, so rather envious of his job.
Yes, Thanksgiving certainly coming up, and I'm sure UHN 100 and everybody from the US will be certainly having a good time next week. But hopefully not spending too much money on Black Friday. Pointing out that flying formation aerobatics is a skill in itself, but to do it in 3 different types of aircraft, where the aircraft are formed very differently, the speed differential on top of these manoeuvres, the wing loading as the speed changes, every one of them is different. The pilot's working very hard on doing a grand job with this routine. had to, well, happy birthday for a couple of days ago. Hope you had a wonderful time.
Eskil is a former Norwegian Air Force test pilot and latterly Airbus test pilot. So he has flown the F-35 Lightning. One of the things that fighter pilots often talk about.
And this, what a flyby this was.
And the next minute the skies are completely empty. And
the commentary team didn't know it was creeping up.
Oh, okay. Well, we weren't expecting that, but. Something completely different. Well, they say it's all about communication, James, and we can't get any communication with the control tower because this aircraft was actually due in.
That was a fantastic sight on the Saturday. It just came from behind us. Wonderful.
So I apologise for that, ladies and gentlemen. We do have.
It's a 2XL. That was the 2XL converted Boeing 727, the oil response aircraft. But right now, well, of course, we all know what this aircraft is. It is Sally B, the B-17. And let's enjoy this display right now. More from Sywell.
Three manufacturers entered that race. There was Douglas, Martin, and of course Boeing. And there was a kind of fly-off being at Dayton, Ohio. And just a phenomenal aircraft. Again, could take huge amounts of punishment. But also, as anyone who's seen Masters of the Air will know, it was lethally dangerous too.
Well, Robbie, over here in the UK, they don't really do Thanksgiving. It's over in the United States, but we're saving our stomachs, you see, for Christmas Day. Of course you are, Bradley. It's great to see all your messages, mate. Keep them coming.
Well, I actually remember going to that, seeing that in a cinema in Poole when it first came out. So I reckon it was 1989. It was 1990, which makes me feel incredibly old. I actually watched it again not very long ago. And I have to say, I thought it really, really held up. I think it's a terrific film. Brilliant, amazing film. The Bombay doors open on Sally B there, just as just giving us a belly side pass. Now, it always amazes me just how small the bomb bay and those doors are on a B-17. You compare them to some of the Royal Air Force heavy bombers from Bomber Command. And it just amazed me that a crew of 10 in a B-17 against a crew of 7 in Lancaster, and actually the payload of a B-17 was considerably smaller. Yes, it's actually not that big for an plane. And you're right, that it can do about 2.5 tons, something like that, whereas an Lancaster on a push could do 10. Predominantly a daylight bomber. It's the bigger crew, which is why it's got 13 50 caliber machine guns on it.
And of course, as we, well, you may know or may not know, some very, very, very sad news coming out of Dubai for their air show at. It should be happening this weekend. An absolute tragedy.
Bomber Command didn't make it home. It's always a payoff.
And of course, our thoughts are with the Indian Air Force.
A crew member that I think it was the navigator or the bombardier, I can't remember. On a B-17 that was initially earmarked for the 8th Air Force, came over in 1940.
Sywell, please put your hands together. Give them a huge round of applause. It's the 2024 Royal Air Force Aerobatic Team. It's the Red Arrows.
And what a location it was to see the Reds. It is, as you just heard, Sywell Air Show 2024.
50 miles per hour, and they pull up, and you can really see that platform of the Diamond 9 as Reds 8 and 9 move themselves rearwards to convert into 9 Arrow. Reaching a height of approximately 5,500 to 6,000 feet at the top of that loop, with the aircraft slowing down to approximately 120 miles per hour. He's also a qualified flying instructor on the Tucano, where he was the Tucano display pilot in 2012. There are actually 11 pilots in the Reds 139 performing for today is myself, Red 10, former Tornado GR4 pilot, former qualified flying instructor on the Hawk T Mark II. On the right hand side of Red 1 is Red 2, that's squad leader Chris McCann. This is his first year in the team. Out of training, he was taken directly as an instructor on the Tucano. Once he'd finished his time as an instructor, he then joined the world famous 617 Downbuster Squadron on the GR4. Given the formation from the it's making it more difficult to see Reds 8 and 9 once again move themselves outwards, change the shape from Concorde into Signet. The aircraft slowing down to only 120 miles an hour. The pilot's fighting with the less responsive controls, and now it starts to increase to 200, 300, back to that 400 miles per hour, making the controls a lot more responsive as Red 1 brings it around to the left. In the middle of that right-hand wing is Red 4. That's and he remained as Red 4 and took up the position affectionately known as Uncle Enid. The dynamic Tornado. The aboard call is made by Red 9 as Red 8 and 9, red smoke for Red 8, blue smoke for Red 9, rolling around the formation as Red 1 bends the team around the left, changes the colour to fly the Tornado down the line.
Well, I'm so pleased you enjoyed the show tonight there, Gary Inge. And as I said earlier, thank you for that donation. Also to Andy, UHN 100. And of course, my good friend, the bounty man himself, Marcus Camfield.
Pilots fly with a higher throttle setting. As we go into the second half, Red 1 has brought back one of the manoeuvres not flown since 2003. Once again, get your cameras ready. As we go into the second half, we now split down into small.
So as Robbie is talking about celebrating and all the rest of it, has anybody put their Christmas trimmings up yet? I'll let you into a secret. We put ours up last week.
You saw his Spitfire flying earlier. He's one of the early members of the Red Arrows, the only Red 1 to lead the team for 4 years. He took the team from a 7 to a 9 and also formed our trademark Diamond 9. Enid from the right, Hannah from the left for the 5-4 cross. until 1980 when we took control of the Hawk T-Mark 1, which is still the aircraft that we fly today. And 7 and 6. And on the Typhoon, he flew with 11 and 12 squadrons at RAF Coningsby. Each pair will now dive down to approximately 100 feet above the airfield. They have a closing speed of over 800 miles per hour, looking to pass each other within only 30 metres, that's 100 feet, wingtip to wingtip. Get your cameras ready, this is the Hannah Pass. In his second year in the team, he's a former Typhoon pilot and qualified weapons instructor. Each aircraft now turning hard as they complete the manoeuvre called Cyclone. Third and final year in the team, former Typhoon pilot,
Well, Brian, currently looking at some video shots from the Sywell Air Show back in 2024. If they ever have another air show at Sywell, for goodness sake, make sure you go. It is one of the best locations for an air show, as you can see.
As Enid lead directly to your left, synchro, hard. And coming in from the top right hand side is Red 8 as he spears the heart. Red 8 is Flight Lieutenant Richard Walker, former Harrier pilot, former Typhoon pilot and qualified flying instructor on the Hawk T-Mark 2.
Well, UHN 100, Andy, thank you for your amazing support.
As the synchro pair leaves to our rear, coming in from the left-hand side, you've got Enid, and they've now been joined by Reds 8 and 9. As Red Pull 1 pulls it up once again, over 450 miles per hour, he'll roll to the right. Get your cameras ready for the Vixen vertical brake. Degree aileron roll after they cross. Pull go is a call from Red 6. Each aircraft now pull up. Experience 5 to 6G. That means everything about them is now weighing 5 to 6 times heavier than what you and I are on the ground. They'll reach a height of over 3,000 feet. They'll be inverted 60 degrees nose down before they roll the right way up to complete the manoeuvre called boomerang. Aircraft conduct a barrel roll, leaving a snake-like smoke trail in the sky. For the first part of the manoeuvre, we like to call the Serpent. As the team pass and red one keeps that next part of the serpent flat, you can see our famous red, white and blue. You may be able to see a small pod underneath the bottom of the aeroplane. That's the smoke pod. That smoke pod is capable of producing approximately 5 minutes of white smoke. Squadron from the officer commanding right the way down to the nearest member is striving for excellence in everything that we do, and we also try to leave the squadron in a better place from whence we found it when we joined. He starts to ease up, and Red 6 is now pushing a negative G, and he starts to roll, so he's trying to conduct now a negative G barrel roll. Red 6 working extremely hard against that negative G, stopping the blood from rushing all the way into his head as Red 7, 8 and 9 hold on as the barrel roll for the mirror roll.
Well, Steve, we should be back again next Friday night at 7 p.m, so definitely join us then.
Clear goes the column as Reds 4 and 5 roll around the outside. For one of the hardest manoeuvres for our new pilots to master each year.
But of course, don't forget to join us on Facebook Air Show World. The Air Show World page, you will find every day I'm putting videos on there, so check that out. And of course, the main Air Show World YouTube channel, which is what we're on now.
60 to celebrate our 60 display season. Speed of over 800 miles per hour, looking to pass.
And of course, not just that, we have the motorhome travelling and drones and all the rest of it on the Travelling Bear with Stu Bear. We'll tell you more about that in just a moment.
It's been an honour and it's been a pleasure. Please put your hands together for the 2024 Royal Air Force Aerobatic Team. It's the Red Arrows!
Hi, it's Stu Bear from Air Show World, and I'm very proud to announce our sponsor, the Kent and Sussex Tea and Coffee Company. And for viewers of Air Show World, you can get yourself 15% off every single order. Just use the code AIRSHOW, AIRSHOW. It's all uppercase, and the link is underneath the video right now. That's the Kent and Sussex Tea and Coffee Company.
Welcome along to our brand new YouTube channel, The Travelling Bear with Stu Bear. We'll be taking you to some amazing locations while we travel around. We have scenic videos with relaxing music, cycling adventures, camping locations, and some great documentaries, plus lots more. So join us on the Travelling Bear with Stu Bear YouTube channel and subscribe for free right now.
Well, what are we going to say? Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us tonight, and I hope you've enjoyed the show. I tell you what, I definitely really enjoyed it, especially watching the red arrows in that amazing sunshine. Wasn't that something? And Gary Inge, young man, hey, what a guy you are. Thank you so much for that donation. Also to Marcus Camfield, thank you for your donation. Shall we look at this? Yes, there we go. I'll even take those off for you. And of course, Marcus Camfield, thank you. The Bounty Boy himself, thank you for the donation. And of course, well, Andy, UHN 100. What can I say? You are fantastic. Thank you so much for the PayPal donation. I'll just pop those on a minute. Is it okay if I look over this side? There we go, because just want to say hi and bye to a few people just before we actually leave you. I don't know if you can see just behind me. There we go. You can see almost the tail of one of the cats fast asleep just there. So, thank you to Peter, or should I say Peter? I'm not sure how to say your name. Bradley, thank you for joining us tonight and all of the fantastic messages and comments and all that good stuff. It's been wonderful to see you all. Becky Davis, thank you for joining us. And, of course, if I don't mention you right now, it's nothing personal. It's just that we've got so many people to say hi and bye to right now. Steve Wyatt, thank you for joining us. And as I knock the microphone, Steve, thank you for joining us tonight. And I hope to see you again very, very soon. Don't forget, we've got lots and lots of videos, something like 1,500 different aviation videos. They're all on Airshow World, the main page. Have a look at there. Robbie, thank you for joining us as well. And of course, Robert Feely, Brian Smith, and everybody else. If I haven't mentioned you, I'll give myself a quick slap on the wrist. I actually enjoy doing that. Okay, that's just about it. I'm going to wish you all a wonderful weekend, and we will see you look, I'm keeping warm because it's very warm in the house, but of course it's certainly not warm outside. But from my good self, Stu Bear, don't forget, if you haven't already subscribed or checked out the videos, pop across. There you go. There it is. The link is in the chat room right now. It's called The Travelling Bear with Stu Bear. And it's not just places that we actually show for the motorhome places. We've also got beautiful drone footage on there as well. But to everybody, as I said, have a great weekend, and we'll see you very, very soon. And thank you for supporting and watching Air Show World. It's the fastest aviation show on YouTube. Till next time, thank you, and a very, very big good night.